at 10 years old, he was trying to raise up. He need that man now, because that man gonna say, what's up? Now I'm his mother, and honey, I play for we tackle and all that, but he need that man to say, what's up? That speak one word to him and he know how to move.
Someone fetch me my apron. I feel good. I feel good.
I'll give you one more run at this so that folks understand what it is we're discussing and why. Our boys are dying out here. For what? The question becomes, are we causing it? Is it something that we create that undergirds their manhood, that almost makes them feel that I got to die for this shit? Let's talk about it. Because, we lose them, we're devastated. So are we doing it? Let's see.
Think about when we hear of a police officer shooting a black boy. We rightly protest, Black Lives Matter. But no one even thinks of saying, boys' lives matter. The boy in Black Boy we're invisible to. Black boys, the boy part of Black Boy doesn't matter because historically we've been dependent upon boys dying in order for us to live. We bribe them by social bribes calling them heroes, telling them they'll have glory if they die on our behalf. So our first issue is, if our very survival has been dependent upon our son's willingness to die, being sensitive to their death competes with our survival instinct.
Can I tell you what I heard? That's the third time you played that.
There's a reason. Each time you hear it, there's something else that smacks you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
It would just grab me right now. It's not necessarily being a hero, it's who you're being a hero for, right? Because if you're talking about, because if you're talking about young boys dying, you're talking about young boys dying to rep 21st Street. You see what I'm saying? You're talking about young boys dying to rep so-and-so gang or such and such clique. That's who they're heroes for. That's where the problem comes into play. That's just what I picked up just now listening to what he just said.
And can I say something?
Of course you can.
What about okay, so I was raised with a father, okay? So it's some lessons that he taught me as his daughter and as a mother myself. I think as a young mother of a black boy, he ain't the man of the house yet. Let him be the boy of the house, and don't have him take so much responsibility of trying to be the man of the house. I told my son he is the son of the house, but he ain't the man of the house, because it's my house. I think when you give young boys a purpose, he don't have to take over the responsibility of, because his dad's not there no more. And I think I know people gonna get mad when I say this, and I know it's gonna be wrong, but this is what I learned. If you don't take your son around a bunch of criminals and take him to him around a drug dealer and thinking the pimps are cool and stuff like that, take your son around a police officer, a correctional officer, somebody who's doing well in the community, I think you're gonna get a different result. And if you think you're gonna bring the pimps and the drug dealers in your house and think that's gonna be okay with your kids, and your kids see that lifestyle, they gonna think that lifestyle is okay. And the reason we kept my son out the streets and out the corners is because he was in sports. He didn't have time to be on the corner because he had a football game to go to. So I'm just saying, as young mothers, you got to keep your son away from that stuff if you know it ain't good.
That's so logical. Do you actually get pushback from people when you said people will get mad?
Well, I mean, my community don't get mad. My community that I have, it's my team don't get mad, because we all got them goals in mind, because we was all raised with fathers in our house. But some of them single mamas who ain't got a father, who ain't had no father, they do get mad, because I'm just saying, the drug dealer ain't gonna be nobody. My daddy said he gonna die by the gun, he gonna go to jail. Which one you gonna want? The graveyard or the jailhouse? So I mean, I learned on some at an early age, and I learned at 7 and 8 years old. My dad took me to work with him when I got out of school. After school, I got 4 brothers and 7 kids in my house. After school, we worked with our dads. So I learned a work ethic from him too. But my son, when he turned 6 years old, he was in every sport I could find because I didn't want him to die in no damn streets and no sitting around and watching no damn video games, sitting around doing nothing. I don't mind, mother. I don't mind.
But you let him play Sonic, right? I mean, that's very instrumental to the upbringing of a black boy, the Sonic and Knuckles.
He had an Xbox. No, he had an Xbox. I didn't have a problem with the Xbox, but when I realized that he running around here getting fat, okay, running around here just laying around playing Xbox, I said, oh no. Put some football, and that's where he met his friends at, and he met some good coaches too. So if your son don't have a father in the house, that's where some good black men that I met in the community that I hung out with, that I knew about, put them in something for that. But I'm just saying, when you hang around the drug dealers and the prostitutes, the kids gonna think that stuff is normal. It's not normal. It's not normal to be gunshots every day. It's not normal to sell drugs. It's not normal to go to prison. It's not, and black folks it irks my nerves that black folks celebrate when a man is coming home. He been in prison for how many years?
Free little whoop-de whoop.
Not little whoop-de whoop. Little whoop-de whoop need to stay in.
Little Ray J, he been in prison for how many years, and we celebrate that, and that irks my nerves. It's like, I mean, I tell my sisters, are we having this? Are we really doing this?
Watch this pivot right here. Speaking of irking your nerves, some folks, what would you say to those folks that say that a woman raising men create emotional men?
No.
What would you say to those people? I didn't say I'm saying that. I'm saying, you see the pivot and you're like, you're getting emotional. I said, speaking of emotional, tell me, what would you say to those people that say a woman raising men, child, by themselves create emotional men or over emotional men? What do you think about that?
I think a child needs a balance in his life. Okay, my son had me until he was 10 years old, but at 10 years old, he was trying to raise up. He need that man now, because that man gonna say, what's up? Now I'm his mother, and honey, I play for we tackle and all that, but he need that man to say, what's up? That speak one word to him, and he know how to move.
Mm-hmm.
He need that man when he ready to raise up. The daddy gonna say, what's up? A man needs that. He needs both. He needs my son. He's both. He got the emotional like me, and he got his daddy. He will raise up. And sometimes I'm like, look, I'm still the mama around here, and he's a man, and he gonna say, "Mama, I'm grown now too," and I have to remember that. But a boy needs both. I think he needs the emotional part till he's like 10. And then when he gets like 11 to 12, 13, and that daddy needs to be right there, because that daddy's going to teach him how to be a man. Period.
Okay. I like that. So if I'm understanding what you're saying, right, correctly, what you're saying is then, yes, if a woman raises a son all by herself without the assistance of that father figure, then potentially, because you said that you would give the emotion, 10, 11, 12, and then from there, the man would instill that man dad stuff. So basically, it sounds like to me is that if the woman was doing it all by herself, there's a higher chance that the boy would be emotional.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Someone fetch me my apron. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Someone